Hi guys, welcome to my mini review of the Smart ForTwo Edition 1. And what can I say? I love this car. It's just such a sexy little beast. It's just ideal for getting about in the city. Yes, it's the Edition 1 as you can see, which means that it has the 90 bhp 900cc engine, which is probably like the top of the range. Whereas the ordinary Smart just has a 900cc non-turbocharged engine. Yes, the edition 1 is turbocharged, so you get the extra 20 odd bhp compared to like the 70 or the 71 that you have with the normal Smart ForTwo. But yeah, this is the Smart ForTwo. As the edition 1 is a special edition, it's like the first run. So it has the special edition black wheels, and they're 16 inches in diameter. And a 205 50 at the back and 195 45 at the front. So they got that kind of hot rod kind of stance. Well, in width that is. As you can see, it's got a decent sized boot. It's more than adequate for just doing the shopping, weekly shopping, whatever you call it. It's just a great size for that. But you do have to bear in mind that as the engine is actually, it's rear engine, rear wheel drive, so the engine's actually below that, below the boot. Sorry, should I say below the boot? Sorry, I was distracted. So it does heat up a little bit, just a little bit. So I wouldn't put ice cream, ice lollies, just anything cold, or bags of meat for like long journeys. No, that wouldn't work out because it would just melt your ice cream and slightly cook your meat. But yeah, as you can see, it's got the partial shelf which pulls out, which is fantastic. You can store stuff on the top of that, and it's got the split fold tailgate, which you can actually sit on. It can take up to 100 kilograms of weight, as you've seen previously. That you can use it as a storage unit as well. You can store whatever. You can store all kinds of things. But yeah, it's a good size. Definitely more than adequate for the weekly shot. As you can see, this is just a city car, so it's just from getting from A to B or going to work. Depends on where you live, where you work. But yeah, it's a very efficient way of getting around, considering it does about 61 miles per gallon. I mean, it cost me about 35 quid to fill this joint up, which isn't too bad considering that I have an X5 which costs about £90 to fill up, and probably get about 250 miles out of it, and I get about 250 miles out of this from a £35 top up. As you can see, it's got a decent size glove box. Well, it's big enough to fit some gloves. And as this edition 1, it's got the panoramic sunroof. It's got the screen that you can just slide out very easily. I mean, it definitely adds to kind of like the airiness of the cabin by having that glass roof. It really does. On a sunny summer's day, wonderful, wunderbar. And it has all the usual stuff. Oh, there's me. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. So it's got the usual vanity bits and pieces, just like every other car. It also got one for the passenger side, and you can turn off and on the airbags. It's also got ISO-fit seats as well. There's air conditioning unit. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's just very clicky, very easy to use. The aircon is very strong. And this, as you can see, it's got the LCD dash unit, which allows you to kind of check out the fuel consumption, how efficiently you're driving. Now, it's got so many features. It's just so cool. And it's all controlled from the steering wheel, and you can control some of the features of the stereo on the steering wheel, but the stereo is touchscreen. As you can see also that the air vents are quite unique in design. And that's also part of the car stereo system. You push that button, speak, and it's supposed to do stuff, but I found it not to be very reliable. It's also got cruise control. You can limit the speed that you go at. It's got a horn which does work, I'm sure. Not had to hit too many times. But yeah, as you can see, it's just a very cool, funky dash. That yellow texture. There's a rev counter separate. You can move it around so you can show your passengers just how revvy the engine is, or you can just like turn it away so you'd have to like look at just how much you're thrashing the engine. But yeah, just such a cool, funky interior. I mean, it's got yellow fabric on the dashboard. And as I said about the air vents, they're really cool, quite unique, very clicky, very easy to use. Directs the air exactly where you need it. And it's got built-in GPS. It uses TomTom maps. And apparently it's supposed to have a mirroring feature which mirrors the screen on your Android or iOS phone. And I'm not being able to get that to work. So basically you just plug in the phone via USB into the car, and it's supposed to mirror what's on the screen, which has not really been working out too well. But you can sync your phone via Bluetooth. So for example, if you had Spotify, you can play your music via Bluetooth to the stereo. Gives you the track information. It's wonderful. As you can see, there's a Bluetooth, the SD card slot where the maps are kept. But yeah, it's just such an awesome, cool little media setup. Also has an auxiliary aux cable connection. Yeah, just another look at that fantastic aircon unit. As you can see, it's got that cigarette lighter plug. No cigarette lighter because I don't smoke. It's 5-speed gearbox. It's got a really good gearbox, really good feel. It's got lift up reverse. When you engage reverse, I'll try and show you. This car happens to have a reverse camera as well as parking sensors. So parking it is not an issue. It definitely is not an issue. It's very easy to maneuver. You literally just look around your shoulder and you see in the back of the car. It's right there. You don't have to because you got the camera. And the parking sensors and the camera work extremely well. So you should have no issues parking this car in the tightest of spaces. That and the turning circle is absolutely ridiculous, but you will see that shortly. So yes, you can turn off the parking sensors. It's got wonderful kind of ambient lighting in the doors, under the dash. Just awesome. It came with the Edition 1 carpets as well. As you can see, the seats are really funky. It's got a really good stereo system as well. It's quite punchy. Beautiful, beautiful texture of the fabric. Really like it, really love it. As you can see, it's on the doors as well. This particular model also has electric mirrors. Not all of them, not every smart comes with electric mirrors, which is strange. I think electric mirrors, aircon, that kind of thing should be standard in new cars. And the seat is quite adjustable. You can adjust it for height and rake. You can fold it down. And the passenger side folds all the way down. Forward, should I say. Which means you can get in large pieces of luggage, which is quite handy. And then it's got the sports exhaust. That's part of the Edition 1 package. You've got the black wheels, you've got the lowered suspension. But here's a demonstration of the turning circle. It's got quite a tight turning circle. Apparently the turning circle is tighter than a London cab. And I thoroughly believe that. You can really turn on a penny. So literally U-turns in the middle of the road is not an issue. No 3-point turns, it's just a straight up, just swing that wheel around. There you go. And here's another shot of the turning circle. As you can see, it's just such a stunning looking car. The black wheels, the white and the orange. The colours work well. Yeah, that's one hell of a turning circle. It just makes you a little bit dizzy when you kind of swing that around and bust that U-turn. Yeah, as you can see, that fucked me up.